Hello everyone, in this video we are going to solve Cambridge O-Levels Additional Mathematics Paper 2 in a session May-June 2022 Paper 2-1. So let's begin with the first question. Question number 1 in A part, solve the equation giving your answer correct to decimal place. Okay, so here we can convert this exponential form to logarithmic form and to get the value for W. So we have W minus 1 is equals to log base 5 12. So W is equals to 1 plus log 12 divides log 5. Right. Now let me do it. What is log 12 divides log 5 and then add 1, that is 2.54. Correct to decimal place, 2.54. Now for the B part, solve this equation. So in this equation, let's suppose that u is equals to x power 1 by 3. Right? So here we have u square minus 5u plus 6 equals to 0. So we can factorize this. 1 times 6 is 6. We can use 2 times 3 is 6, and minus 2 minus 3 is minus 5. U square minus 2u minus 3u plus 6 equals to 0. U is common. U minus 2 minus 3 is common. U minus 2 equals to 0. So here we have u minus 2 and u minus 3 equals to 0. So here u is equals to 2 and u is equals to 3. And we know that u is x power 1 by 3. So we need to get the answer in terms of x because the question is in the variable x, right? So here we can say x power 1 by 3 is equals to 2 or x power 1 by 3 is equals to 3, right? So taking cube on both sides to get rid of this power. So x is equals to 2 cube or x is equals to 3 cube. So here x is equals to 8 and here x is equals to 27. Question number 2 in A part, write this as a single logarithm to base 10. Okay, so here we have log x square minus log x plus 6 plus log 3. So when the log is in the product, in the addition, we do the product. So log x square minus log 3 times of x plus 6. Right. Now the two logs are in the subtraction, so we need to do the division. So log x square divides 3 into x plus 6. So we have expressed this as a single logarithm to the base 10. Now for the B part, hence solve this equation equals to 0. We need to put this equals to 0 and simplify. So we can say log of x square over 3x plus 6 equals to 0. Now converting logarithm form to exponential form. So x square divides 3 into x plus 6 equals to 10 exponent 0. Anything exponent 0 equals to 1. Now here we need to do a cross multiplication. So x square is equals to 3x plus 3 times 6 is 18. So x square minus 3x minus 18 equals to 0. Quadratic expression, we need to factorize. 3 times 6 is 18 and 3 minus 6 is minus 3, breaking the midterm. So x square minus plus 3x minus 6x minus 18 equals to 0. Taking x common, x plus 3. Taking minus 6 common, x plus 3 equals to 0. Right. Now we have x plus 3 is a factor and x minus 6 is another factor. Right, so we have the two values for x, that is equals to negative 3 and x is equals to 6. Okay, now which value we have to use? So when we need to check, verify. So log of x, log of minus 3 is undefined, so we cannot use this value. So log of 6 we can use. Log of 6 plus 6 is 12 and log of 3. So this is defined, right? So x is equals to 6. Question number 3, variables x and y are such that when cube root of y is plotted against x square, a straight line graph passing through the points this and this is obtained. Find y as a function of x, right? So let me use this as a capital Y and this as a capital X, right? So the equation of a straight line we will get, that is equals to y equals to mx plus b. Right. So what is m? M is the slope. Let me get the value for m. So m is equals to y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1, y2 minus y1, 1 minus 8, x2 is 16, minus x1 is 9. So 1 minus 8 is minus 7. So what is 16? Subtract 9. That is 7. So that is just minus 1 is the m value. Yeah. So substitute here, so y equals to minus x plus b. And to get the value for b, you can use the first point or the second point. Let me substitute the first point. So we have y is 8 equals to minus 9 plus b. So 8 plus 9, that is equals to 17 equals to b. Right. So we have the curve y equals to minus x plus 17. Now let me substitute the capital Y as y cube root of y and capital X with x square. So here we have cube root of y is equals to minus x square plus 17. And we have to find the y as a function of x. So we need to do, we have cube root power 1 by 3. So taking cube on both sides. Cubic power on both sides, right? So we have y here, and here we have 17 minus x square whole cube. So this is a function of y in terms of x. Now for question number 4, the polynomial p of x has a factor x minus 3. So if this is a factor, it means p of 3 is equals to 0. So we have to find p of 3. So what is p of 3? Substitute x equals to 3m, 3 cube, minus 17, 3 square, plus n, 3, plus 6 equals to 0, right? So 3 cube is 27. 27 times m, 3 square is 9, and 17 times 9 is 153. Minus 153 plus 3n plus 6 equals to 0. 27m plus 3n, okay, 156 minus 153, 147. That is with positive sign. Moving over here, 147. Let me divide throughout by 3. Dividing by 3 is 49. Okay, so 9m plus n equals to 49. This is the first equation. Okay, it has a remainder of 12, negative of 12 when divided by x plus 1. So means x equals to minus 1. So p of minus 1 is equals to minus 12. Right, p of minus 1 equals to minus 12. So let me find p of minus 1. So m minus 1 cube minus 17 minus 1 square plus n times minus 1 plus 6 equals to minus 12. So that is minus m minus 17 minus n plus 6 equals to minus of 12. So now we have minus m minus n. What is 6 minus 17? 6 subtract 17 is negative of 11, and shifting on the other side it becomes positive 11. So minus 12 and plus 11 is minus 1. That is minus 1, and taking negative sign common throughout the equation or dividing with minus 1 on both sides, we have m plus n, that is equals to 1. This is my second equation, right? Now it says find the remainder when p of x is divided by x minus 2. So basically first we need to find the value for m and n, and then we need to find the remainder when it is divided by x minus 2. Okay, so we have the two equations, the system of equations. We can solve it by a substitution method or elimination method, and we will get the values for m and n. Okay, so if let me find the value for n here. From first equation, n is equals to 49 minus 9m. Right, substitute that value over here. So m plus 49 minus 9m equals to 1. Right, let me solve. 49 minus, okay, 1 minus 9 is minus 8. Yes, minus 8m, and 1 minus 49, that is minus 48. Okay, minus 48 divides minus 8, that is 6. So the m is equals to 6. Substituting the m into the equation of n, that is 6, we will get the n value from here. N is equals to 49 minus 9 times 6. 9 times 6 is 54. 49 subtract answer, that is minus 5. So the n value is minus 5 and the m is equals to 6. Now we got the values for m and n. Now the polynomial p of x is equals to 6x cube minus 17x square minus 5x plus 6. We need to find the remainder when p of x is divided by x minus 2, so that is x equals to 2. So we need to find p of 2. 6 times 2 cube minus 17 times 2 square minus 5 times 2 plus 6. Let me simplify. So 2 cube is 8 and 6 times of 8 is 48. Right. 2 square is 4 and 17 times 4 is 68. 5 times 2 is 10 plus 6. Okay. Now 48 minus 68 minus 10 plus 6. Minus 24. So the remainder is minus 24 when the polynomial is divided by x minus 2. Question number 5 in A part 1. Write down in ascending powers of x the first 3 terms in the expansion of this. Simplify each term. We need to write down just the first 3 terms for this. 1 plus x exponent n. Right. So the first term is 1 exponent n plus nc1, 1 exponent n minus 1, the second term exponent 1, plus nc2, 1 exponent n minus 2, the second term exponent 2. So these are the first 3 terms. Let me simplify it. 1 exponent any power any number is just 1, right? So here we have 1 plus n factorial over 1 factorial into n minus 1 factorial into 4x plus n factorial divides 2 factorial into n minus 2 factorial. 4 square is 16x square. Right. Let me simplify this further. So we have 1 plus n into n minus 1 factorial divides n minus 1 factorial, right, into 4x plus n minus 1 and n minus 2 factorial divides 2 times of n minus 2 factorial and then times by 16x square. Okay, so here we have 1 plus n minus 1 is cancelled with n minus 1. We have n and 4x plus n minus 2 is cancelled with n minus 2. N into n minus 1 divides 2 into 16x square. Okay. Further simplification, we have 1 plus 4nx. And here we have 2 times 8 is 16. So we have 8n minus 1 x square. So these are the first 3 terms in the ascending power of x, right? Okay, now for the second part, in the expansion of this, the coefficient of x square is 6032. Given that n is greater than 0, find the value for n. So we know that the first 3 term for this we just got. So let me write it down. That is 1 plus 4nx plus 8n n minus 1 into x square, and that is 1 minus 4x. We need to open this and we just need to find the coefficient for x square, right? So 1 is multiplying, let me multiply with 1. We have this is going to be the x square term, that is 8n n minus 1 x square. Now multiplying with minus 4x. So this is going to be the x square terms. Minus 4 times 4 is 16 n x square. Right. Now we have the coefficients, comparing coefficients for x square. Of x square. So these are the two coefficients of x square, and that is equals to 6000 of 32. So 8n n minus 1 minus 16n equals to 6032, right? So this is 8n square minus 8n minus 16n equals to 6032. So minus 8 minus 16 is minus 24. So 8n square minus 24n and minus 6032, dividing by 8, that is -3, and 6032 divides 8 is 754. So n square minus 3n minus, this is equals to 0, 754 equals to 0, right? So this is a quadratic expression. We need to factorize this, or we can solve it by using a quadratic formula. So let me use it. So n square minus 3n minus 754 equals to 0, right? Let me solve by using quadratic formula. So here we have n is equals to negative of b plus minus square root b minus 4 times the a value times the c value divides 2 times of a value square root. So n is equals to 3 plus minus square root, that is 9. Negative times negative is positive. 4 times 754, that is plus 3016, right? And plus 9, that is 3025, divides 2, and the square root of answer is 55. So n is equals to 3 plus minus 55 divides 2. So we have two values for n. Let me solve one by one. So first 3 plus 55 divides 2, that is 29, right? And 3 minus 55 divides 2, that is negative 26. Okay, now which value? In the start of the question, we know that given that n is greater than 0, so we can't pick the negative one. So this value is greater than 0, so n is 29. Now for the b part, find the term independent of x in the expansion of this. Independent of x is basically the constant term. The term having x exponent is 0, right? Okay, so we have the formula for the term, that is tr plus 1 is equals to ncr, the first term power n minus r and the second term power r, right? So let me open this formula. So here we have tr plus 1 is equals to n is 10 cr. The first term is x by 2, its power is 10 minus r, and the second term is minus 8 over x power 4, its power is 10. R, sorry. We don't know r. 10 is n value, sorry. Okay, simplified further, tr plus 1 is equals to ncr. So x power 10 minus r, and here the x power is okay, let me do 2 power 10 minus r minus 1 power r 8 power r over x power 4r, right? So in the next step, tr plus 1 equals to 10 cr. What are the powers for x? So we have minus 1 power r, 8 power r, 2 power 10 minus r. Let me solve for the x. X power is 10 minus r minus 4r, right? So for the constant term, x power is 0. So we need to substitute this equals to 0. Okay, so 10 minus r minus 4r equals to 0. So it means 10 minus 5r equals to 0. Minus 5r equals to minus 10. And r is equals to 2. Right? So substitute r equals to 2 into throughout the equation. So T3 is 10C2 minus 1 power 2, 8 power 2, 2 power 10 minus 2, and x power 0. We will get the constant term. What is 10C2? 10C2. That is 45. So this is equals to 45. Minus 1 square is 1. 8 square is 64. Divides 2 power 10 minus 2 is 8. So 2 exponent 8 is 256. Okay, now this is simplification. 64 divides times 45 and then divides by 256. That is 45 divides 4 or 11.25. 11.25. So we can say that the term that is independent of x is 11.25. Question number 6 in A part 1. A 5-digit number is to be formed from the 7 digits 0 to 6. Each digit can be used at most once in any number. It means no repetition. It's a permutation question. And the number does not start with 0. The number does not start with 0. Find the number of ways in which this can be done. A 5-digit number, right? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it cannot start with 0. So the first digit, how many options? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we have 6 options for the first digit, right? And if I use 6, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 options for the second, and then 5, and then 4, and then 3. So multiply. So we have 3, 4, 5, 6, 6. So 2160 ways. Now for the second part, find how many of these digits, 5-digit numbers are even. Okay, so for even, we need to select the even numbers. So 0 is an even number, 2 is an even number, 4 and 6 is an even number. But keep in mind, we have the restriction on 0 that the number does not start with 0. So here we have to do 2 cases, right? So case 1 is ends at 2, 4, 6. Let's say the number end at 2, 4, 6. A 5-digit number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it is even. So means the number must ends at even number. So the even numbers are 2, 4, and 6. I'm selecting. So it can end for the last digit. We have 3 options. We can take 2, 4, or 6. Let me use and for the first digit we cannot. Okay, if I use 6, how many are left? 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 6 digits are left, right? So from those 6 digits we can't take 0 as well, right? So we have 5 options, and then 5, 4, and 3. Okay, so we have 3 times 3 times 4 times 5 times 5. 900 options. Right. Now let me do case 2. For case 2, if the number ends at 0, because 0 is an even number, right? So again, make a 5-digit number, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. If it ends at 0, we have one option for the last digit, right? So that is 0, right? And for the first digit, we have 6 options, right? And then 5, 4, and 3, right? So we have 3, 4, 5, 6. That is 360. So the total number of ways are 360 plus 900. That is 1260. Now for the B part, a team of 7 people is to be selected from the group of 9 women and 6 men. Okay, so the total. So the total we have, the women's are 9 and the men's are 6. So what is 9 plus 6? 9 plus 6 is 15. So from the 15 people, we have to make a team of 7. So total is 15. We need to make 7, 15C7. Find the number of different ways that can be selected, which include at least one man. Okay, so we need to find the number of teams, how many different teams we can make, which include at least one man. It means purely women teams. We are not including the purely women team. So from the total number of peoples are 15, and we have to make a team of 7 people. So 15C7, we need to subtract only one restriction over here. We can't make a team that is purely made of women's. So total women's are 9 and the team members are 7. So we can subtract 9C7, at least one man over here. So that is 15C7, and that is 6435, 6435, and 9C7. 9C7 is 36 minus 36. 6435 subtract 36 is 6399. So we can make 6,399 teams, that which include at least one man. Now for part C, now for 1, show that this is equals to this for n is greater than equals to 3. Okay, so we need to start with the left hand side and prove that it is equals to right hand side. NC3, we can open n factorial over 3 factorial into n minus 3 factorial plus NC2, that is n factorial over 2 factorial into n minus 2 factorial, right? So this is n minus 1, n minus 2, and n minus 3 factorial. This is divide with 3 factorial is 6 and n minus 3 factorial plus n minus 1, n minus 2 factorial divides 2 n minus 2 factorial, right? So we can cancel n minus 3 factorial and n minus 2 factorial. Okay, and we have n minus 1, n minus 2 divide 6, and here we are left with n minus 1 divides 2. Okay, taking 6 as an LCM, so let me multiply as well. N is outside, we have n square minus 2n minus n plus 2 divides 6, and n square minus n divides 2, right? Okay, so 1 by 6 is outside. We have n cube minus, this is minus 2 minus 1 is minus 3n and square. 3n square and plus 2n, and 2 times 3 is 6. So here we have 3n square minus 3n. Okay, so now we have plus 3n square and minus 3n square is cancel out. We have n square minus 3n and plus 2n is just minus n. So 1 by 6 is outside. We have n cube minus n. So that is equals to my right hand side. That is this, right? Now for the second part, hence solve the equation. This equation, put it equals to 4n. So the sum of C and C3 and NC2 is this. and that is equals to 4n. And we need to find the value for n, right? So this is equals to n cube minus n divide 6 equals to 4n, right? So we have to do a cross multiplication. N times 4 is equals to 24. N cube minus n equals to 24n, right? Shifting this 24 on the left side, we have n cube minus n and minus 24n equals to 0. So n cube minus 25n equals to 0. Taking n common, we are left with n square minus 25. 25 is a square of 5. So n minus 5, n plus 5 equals to 0. So the values of n are n equals to 0, n equals to 5, n equals to minus 5. And we have a condition that n must be greater than or equals to 3. So we cannot take 0, we cannot take negative number. So this is the value for n equals to 5, which satisfies the condition that n is greater than equals to 3. Question number 7. Variables x and y are such that y equals to this. Use differentiation to find the approximate change in y when x increases from 1.9 to 1.9 plus h, where h is small. So we have to do the derivative, find dy by dx, and substitute x equals to 1.9 and multiply the answer with h, right? So before doing this, I would like to, it's a quotient rule here, right? So let me solve the derivative for numerator and the denominator separately. So d by dx of square root of x, that is power, we have x at 1 by 2 minus 1. So that is 1 by 2 square root of x, right? The derivative for the denominator. Now let me do the derivative for the numerator term. We have 1 plus sine 3x exponent 4. So first we have a power rule, and then 1 plus sine 3x power n minus 1. 4 minus 1 is 3, and the derivative of 1 is 0. The derivative of sine 3x is 3 cos 3x, right? So this is equivalent to 3 times 4 is 12 cos 3x into 1 plus sine 3x whole cube, right? Now let me solve the derivative by using a quotient rule. dy over dx is equals to the square of the denominator term. The square of square root of x is just x, right? So here we have x. The denominator term is first, and then the derivative for the numerator term is this. So that is equals to 12 cos 3x into 1 plus sine 3x whole cube minus the numerator term is 1 plus sine 3x exponent 4, and the derivative of the denominator term is 1 divides 2 square root of x, right? So let me simplify it further by taking LCM of 2 square root of x in the next step. So dy over dx is equals to, we have 2 square root of x over here multiplying with 2 square root of x. We have 2x here because square root of x times square root of x is just x, right? So we have 2x into 12 cos 3x 1 plus sine 3x cube minus 1 plus sine 3x exponent 4, and this whole divides with 2 square root of x into x. 2x square root of x, right? Now let me substitute the term at x is equals to 1.9. We need to find the derivative dy by dx when x is 1.9. So just substitute x equals to 1.9 and simplify. So we have 3 times of 1.9. Let me solve. That is 5.7. Okay, so let me do this first. Sine 5.7, add 1, and taking cube of the answer, multiplying with cos 5.7 times 12, and then multiplying with 2, and then multiplying with 1.9. This x is 1.9, so that is 3.452 is this term. Yeah, let me write it down. 3.4526, and then we have sines 5.7 plus 1 exponent 4 is this, minus 0.0407, and then divides with 2, 1.9, square root of 1.9. Right, what is the denominator? 2 times 1.9 times square root of 1.9. That is equals to this, 5.2379. Let me solve the numerator. 3.4526 subtract 0.04075, 3.41185, divide by 5.2379, that is 0.651. So we can say that the dy by dx at x is equals to 1.9 is 0.651 times h, because x increased from 1.9 to 1.9 plus h, where h is very small. Question number 9. In this question, all lengths are in meters. Okay. The diagram shows a water container in the shape of a triangular prism. The depth of the water in the container is h. Right. The container has a length of 5. The water in the container forms a prism with the uniform cross section. So these are the cross sections, 2 cross sections. That is an equilateral triangles of side x, means all the sides are x. So this is x, this is x, and this is x. Right. Okay, and in A part, we need to show that the volume V of the water is given by this. Okay, so basically we need to find the volume of the triangular prism. Its formula is area of cross section times height, or the length, we can say. So the cross section is equilateral triangle. So the area of the triangle, we know that is half the 2 sides, x times x, and the sine of the angle between them. This is the angle. Equilateral triangle, its angle is 60. Obviously, all the 3 sides and 3 angles are same, times 5. So they already have the variable h in the question, so I use the length here. So the length we have is 5. We have given the container has a length of 5, right? So let me simplify this. It is in degrees, so convert my calculator into degrees. Sine of 60 degree is square root of 3 by 2, and times 1 divides 2 is square root of 3 by 4, and then times by 5 is 5 square root of 3 by 4 x square. 5 square root of 3 divides 4 x square. So we have to find the value for x. Okay, now what is x? So again, it is a right angle triangle. This is 60 and this angle is 30. The whole is 60, so this one is 30 degree, right? So to solve for x, we can say we have cos, this side is front is opposite, hypotenuse and adjacent. Okay, so if I use cos of 30, that is adjacent over hypotenuse. Adjacent is h and hypotenuse is x. H over x. So what is cos of 30? Let me solve. Cos 30 square root of 3 by 2. This is equals to square root of 3 divides 2 times x equals to h. Not for the h, because we need x value in the volume formula. So x is over here, that is h over x is h over cos 30. Right, and cos 30 is square root of 3 by 2. So let me substitute over here. So x is equals to h times square root of 3 by 2 or 2 over square root of 3, because we need volume in terms of h, so no need to solve the value for h. So substitute over here. So 5 square root of 3 divides 4, and the square of this, that is h square. 2 square is 4, divides square root of 3 square is just 3. So 4 is cancelled with 4, and we have 5 square root of 3 divides 3 h square. So we got the volume exactly the same. Now for the B part, the water is pumped into the container at a rate of 0.5 meter cube per minute. Right. So this is dV over dt, the volume, right? It is filling the volume in terms of cube per minute, in means time, that is 0.5. Find the rate at which the depth, what is the depth? Depth we have given is h value of the water, dh, is increasing when the depth of the water is 0.1. Means when the h is 0.1, we have to solve dh over dt. Okay, so we have to apply the chain rule over here, right? So that is dh over dt is equals to dh over dv times dv over dt. Right, dv by dt, we know this. What is dh over dv? So we have v, this is the v, so we need to find the derivative of v with respect to h, dv over dh, and we need to switch this, the taking a reciprocal for this. Okay, so let's do it. So the volume is 5 square root of 3 divides 3 h square, and dv over dh is 5 square root of 3 divides 3 into 2h for the derivative, right? Okay, now let me substitute dv over dh by doing the reciprocal of this expression, dh over dv, right? Okay, and this is 0.5 d, this value. So dh over dt is equals to dh over dv, dv over dh. We need to do the reciprocal for this term, that is 3 divides 5 square root of 3 into 2h times v over t, that is 0.5. So substitute h equals to 0.1, that is dh over dt is equals to 3 divides 5 square root of 3, 2 times of 0.1 times 0.5. Right, let me simplify with the calculator. So 2 times of 0.1 times square root of 3 times 5, 3 divides answer and multiply with 0.5, that is square root of 3 by 2 or 0.8660. So square root of 3 divides 2 or 0.8660. Question number 10, in A part, differentiate this function with respect to x, simplify your answer. So the derivative of this function, yes. So the derivative for x ln of x, we use a product rule. So this is x, the derivative of ln of x is 1 over x, plus ln of x is as it is, the derivative of x is 1, minus 2x derivative is just 2. So this is equivalent to 1 plus natural log of x minus 2. So that is natural log of x minus 1. right? Now for the B part, a curve is such that the second derivative we have given is this. It is given that the first derivative is this at this point. Using your answer to part A, find the exact equation of the curve. Okay, so first let me open this scale. So it is easy to integrate it. D2y by dx square we have given is x square plus 2x plus 1 divides x. So this is x square over x plus 2x over x plus 1 over x. That is x plus 2 plus 1 over x. Right. Now this is the second derivative. We need to taking integration to get the first derivative, right? So the integration of the second derivative with respect to x, we have integration of x plus 2 plus 1 over x dx, right? So now integration of x is x square by 2 plus 2x. Integration of 1 by x is natural log of x and plus some integration constant, and here we get dy by dx. Now to get the value for constant of integration, we need to substitute the condition that the derivative we have is this at this point e, right? So that is e square by 2 plus 2e, when x is e square by 2 plus 2e plus natural log of e plus c. Natural log of exponential is just 1, right? Okay, and you can see we can cancel these two, and c is minus 1 here. So from here c equals to negative of 1, right? Okay, substituting the c value, we will get the first derivative dy by dx is x square by 2 plus 2x plus ln of x minus 1, right? Now again integrate on both sides with respect to dx to get the value for the curve y. So here we have y equals to x3 over 3 times 2 is 6 plus 2 into x squared by 2, and the integration of natural log of x minus 1 ln of x dx, and 1 integration is minus x plus d is the integration constant, right? Okay, now let me do the integration of natural log of x. Integration of natural log of x, we use the by parts. One is the first term and the second term. Ln of x is the first term, integration of 1 dx minus whole integration, the derivative of the first term and natural log of x, and the integration of the second term, because the integration of natural log does not exist but the derivative exists, right? So ln of x, this is x minus integration 1 by x and x dx. So x is cancelled with x, and here we have x ln x minus x, right? Let me substitute this value over here. Now the curve is y equals to x cube over 6 plus x square plus the integration of this is x natural log of x minus x plus d. Now let me rearrange the terms. Y equals to x cube over 6 plus x square plus x natural log of x minus 2x plus d. Now to solve the value for d, we need to use this condition, the point x and the y point, right? So we can say that the point we have is x is e and the y is e cube over 6 plus e square, right? So now the y point, let me put here, e cube over 6 plus e square, and x are replacing with e cube over 6 plus e square plus e ln e minus 2e plus d, right? Here you can see we have the same terms on both sides, we can cancel. Ln of e is just 1, we have e minus 2e, so here we have 0 equals to e minus 2e plus d, right? So e minus 2e is minus E plus D, and from here the D value is E, right? So we have the equation of the curve is y equals to x cube over 6 plus x square plus x natural log of x minus 2x plus E. That is the equation of the curve. Question number 11. The diagram shows the part of the curve y equals to e power x by 2 and y equals to cos 5x, and the part of the line x equals to pi by 4. These two curves intersect at A. The curve y equals to 5x cuts the x-axis at point B. The line x equals to pi by 4 cuts the x-axis at point C and the curve at point D. Find the exact area of the shaded region A, B, C, D. So basically we need to find area under this curve B to D, area under this curve and area under this curve. And area under this curve is not shaded. So we need to find the area of this curve, subtract area of this curve, we will get the shaded area, right? So to get area under this curve, we have to integrate between the x coordinate. Here x coordinate is 0 and here x is pi by 4, right? So this is the area A, this is the area B, and for the shaded area A minus area B, right? So area A we can say is integration from 0 to pi by 4, this curve, e power x by 2, right? So the integration of e power x by 2 is e power x by 2 divides 1 by 2, that is 2. So 0 to pi by 2. So upper limits and the lower limits we can substitute 2 e power pi by 4 minus 2 e power 0 by 2 is 0. E power 0 is just 1 and e power we have 2 e power pi by 4 minus 2. Right. Sorry. This is pi by 4, not pi by 2. We have 4 here, 4. And 4 times 2 is 8, pi by 8, right? Now let me find area B. Is the integration of this curve, cos 5x, between x equals to 0 to x equals to this point. What is a coordinate for B? So first we need to solve the coordinates for B. So we have given that this curve cuts the y-axis at B. So when it cuts the x-axis, it means y equals to 0. So cos 5x equals to 0, right? So let me find the coordinates for B. So cos 5x equals to 0. 5x is equals to cos inverse of 0. And what is cos inverse of 0? That is in radians, yes. Convert it into radians. Shift cos 0, that is pi by 2. And then dividing by 5 is pi by 10. So x is pi by 10. This x value is pi by 10. So we have to do integration from 0 to pi by 10. Okay, cos integration is negative, positive, yes, sine. The derivative is negative. Sine x, the sine 5x divides 5. Putting the upper and the lower limit, 0 to pi by 10. So here we have 1 by 5 is outside. Sine 5 pi by 10 minus sine 0. Okay, pi by 10 times 5, that is pi by 2, and sine of answer is 1, and what is sine 0? That is 0. So we have 1 here, so that is just pi 1 by 5, right? So to get the shaded area, we have because we know that the area under the curve B is not shaded, so we subtract the B. this subtract this. So that is 2 e power pi by 8 minus 2 subtract 1 by 5. Okay, so minus 2 minus 1 divides 5 is minus 11 by 5. So this is 2 e power pi by 8 minus 11 by 5. So that is the shaded area ABCD. Now, this is the last question of our paper. If you have any queries, please let me know in a comment section, and please subscribe to my channel. Thank you for watching. See you next time. Take care.